So it is Transformer Tuesday today, and we got a few things to talk about, primarily some brand new images of an item we've been talking about the past couple of days, as well as some important dates for the month of May that you guys should be writing down for our Transformer world. So let's jump into it, shall we? The first one we got here is some brand new, finally some decent images of this Miner Megatron that we've been talking about the past couple of days. We got a robot mode, we got an alt mode. Finally, it has its weapons. Finally, it has its head on its shoulders. And it's always important, ladies and gentlemen, it's always important that you get a little head in your life. So, that being said, we're going to jump into it. So we got here what so many people were assuming was going to be a straight-up repaint, what may be a weapon retool of that Siege Megatron mold, more specifically that Generation Selects February 2019 Combat Hero Megatron mold. That seems like it's not the case. Seems like even the head that was supposedly going to be a shoo-in is not the case. But we'll jump into that. So we'll start with the alt mode. Alt mode is, like we said, an extensive retool of that Siege Megatron. The area that would have been the giant cannon, the giant turret that would have made it a tank, in this case has a whole bunch of replacements. It uses this, I guess we'll call it a axe pick, with a little handle and a drill piece, all of these on that 3mm peg, interchangeable, good stuff there, just to make it kind of more like a drill tank, if anything. I like what they did. It gives it a different kind of character and look to it, along with the extensive retooling and the repainting, and it makes it something unique instead of it just being a straight-up repaint. Yet again, another Megatron that turns into a tank. And I'm pretty sure just in... I mean, geez, just when you think about it for 2023 and 2024 even, we got a whole bunch of tank-related Megatrons still to come. So, I mean, yeah, hey, we got an Earthspark helicopter one, so at least that's a little different. But yeah, pretty cool. I like it. But then we get into that robot mode. And I love what they did here. So all of those weapon pieces that make what would have been the turret for the tank, now it's like, hey, here you got this axe pick accessory, again, channeling that Alex Milne Megatron Origin look with the axe pick. They, instead of having his big shoulder cannon, he has here the two pieces that combine to make some kind of drill weapon, again, continuing with that Cybertronian miner gimmick, adds so much to it, looks great. And then let's talk about that head sculpt. So the assumption was, okay, they're just going to take that Combat Megatron Generation Selects February 2019 release and use that head sculpt one for one. They ended up making a brand new one. And I mean, this is just my own take. I think the reasoning for it is just because that February 2019 Megatron head sculpt of the Miner Megatron, because it literally was that. It couldn't be anything else. I think that's something from the John Warden era, when John Warden was part of the Transformer team. And now we're in that Mark and Evan era of the Hasbro design team. And they kind of want to do their own thing. They want to kind of make their own stuff and have their own little touch with it. So it's just something where I'm pretty sure Mark or Evan were ones that were like, we're going to make a new head and it's going to be a little better. And that's what we have here today. And I think it looks great. Looks fantastic. Again, channeling that Alex Milne design. All it needs is that removable headpiece and have the flower head, and it'd be perfect. I'm pretty sure some third-party 3D printing guy is going to think up something, but I think it looks great. So how is this thing going to be distributed? So it seems that on the figure itself, like most Transformer figures, it has its coding on it, and it has a code of F7015, and according to JT Prime 17, that lines up with the Transformers Generations e-commerce item of San Diego Comic-Con. So the e-commerce item with San Diego Comic-Con supposedly is a shared exclusive. It's going to be San Diego Comic-Con, but it'll also be an Amazon exclusive. That's the rumor. Nothing is confirmed with that, but that seems to be where it's lining up with that coding. There was even some rumors that there might be some kind of, I guess, subline with Amazon like they've done in the past with some of the others we've gotten. And now we were going to get some kind of comic book character subline that was going to be with this Megatron, with Nacelle, which is that wildly colored Seeker Jet, and a purple Soundwave, and so many more. But again, take that part with a grain of salt. We'll see what happens with that in the near future, but very interesting with it. And I'm pretty excited about it. It was a very good book. Very good book. One of Alex Milne's first ever gigs majorly with Transformers outside of like the early Energon stuff. So I love it. I think it looks great, and hopefully we'll see more of it in the future in an official capacity. Now we got some dates we got to talk about here. So Hasbro announced via their many different social media platforms that we're going to be getting our next Transformers fan stream. And the next one we're going to be getting in the month of May is going to be exactly on Tuesday, May 16th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to feature BMAC, Evan, and Sixo. And they're going to be talking about quite a few things. What they suggest here is that they're going to be diving into the latest Transformers RoboSen auto-converting Optimus Prime. Could be one of many different things. I mean, could be a new version. Could be that talking about that non-transformable Rise of the Beast one we saw. There's no mention of that Grimlock that we talked about in the Transformers Slag podcast live stream a couple of days ago, so it might be even related to that. Who knows, but it's definitely going to be something for the next hour or so on that date. They also say here there's going to be new generations reveals. Could be anything. And then they said there's some other goodies for our favorite Autobots and Decepticons out there. Don't miss it. That's what they got to say. So hopefully we'll see some new stuff. I mean, last time BMAC had the Into the Space Bridge teaser, and they suggested at a Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Brawn, which hopefully maybe we'll get an Outback from at some point afterwards. Studio Series Gamer Edition 04 Voyager Megatron, which we already talked about, which we've seen online in packaging. The Studio Series Gamer Edition 05 Deluxe Cliff Jumper. No images of it, but you could probably figure out where that tooling's coming from. Wink, wink. And then Rise of the Beast Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Voyager class Optimus Prime. That's probably the Optimus that I talked about yesterday, which I mistakenly referred to as a leader. That was the general conversation at Tokyo Toy Show, and I guess it actually is going to be the Voyager class Buzzworthy Bumblebee for Rise of the Beast. Then we have the Rise of the Beast Studio Series 103 Voyager class Rhinox. Again, something we talked about just a couple of days ago, so that's probably going to get its official reveal. And the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Core class Bumblebee, a Bumblebee colored core class from that Laserbeak one that we saw not too long ago. And no surprise with that one too. That one's probably, a given. So those are probably going to be some stuff also discussed, but we'll see maybe some new surprises here and there. Really excited about that Brawn if that's the case. And then after that, we have another date here that you want to mark down. This also comes from Hasbro Pulse themselves. Tuesday, May 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, they have it here. They wrote here, "Sorry we had to disguise this drop, but we didn't want to rob the reveal of its surprise. If we did, there would be a war." So just sign up for the reminder and see what this is. So supposedly, according to JT Prime 17, this May 23rd is going to be a absolutely massive Studio Series pre-order drop. Kind of lines up with some of the stuff from the Space Bridge. Maybe they're going to talk about some of the Space Bridge stuff, and then we're going to see, again, the pre-orders for the Megatron, the Cliff Jumper, maybe the Rhinox, and some of the others we talked about, the Optimus, the Bumblebee. Maybe they'll lump in the Brawn with that too. Who knows? But so there's probably going to be a bunch of pre-orders dropping right there. That's 5 of the 6 are pre-orders for Studio Series if that's the case. A lot of cool stuff otherwise. Pretty exciting. Let me know what you think, guys. There's, it's looking really good for the month of May for Transformers, and we're marching forward with more to come. Thank you for listening to the Transformers Slag podcast, and I'll talk to you again real soon.